Hello, my name is Allie, and this Pecha Kucha is about physical therapy and a physical therapy assistant, and the life of Miss Jones, who worked both jobs in her lifetime. During this Pecha Kucha, you will get lots of information thrown at you about many different things involving these careers. So let's jump right to it. Starting off, Miss Jones wasn't a fantastic high school student, with barely graduating from high school. But she still went on to college to Gwinnett Tech, where she got her physical therapy assistant degree. She did that for about 18 years. Then she decided to go back to school to be a physical therapist. Miss Jones could have given up in high school and could have not went off to college, but she wanted to further her education. Jumping from many different career options in high school, she was finally settling in on one after her grandmother broke her hip. She did what many did not think she could do. She now has a doctorate in physical therapy. First, here's some information about physical therapists. The starting pay is about $60,000, but they do have to have a doctorate in physical therapy. They can undergrad in anything that they want, but Miss Jones recommends business, because in the future, if you want, you can open up your own practice. Also, there is a dreaded 4-hour board exam. On the other hand, though, physical therapist assistants make about $40,000 starting off, but they only have to have an associate's degree, which is only 2 years of college. And you can also get it at a technical school. Physical therapist assistants also work under the orders of a physical therapist. The main differences between a physical therapist and a physical therapist assistant is the physical therapist makes about $20,000 more than the assistant does. There is downfalls though. The physical therapist deals with lots of paperwork and all the liability lays on their shoulders and not the assistants. There are many myths that follow a physical therapist and a physical therapist assistant. A physical therapist is not the same thing as a massage therapist. You will be doing work when you go to see your physical therapist. They also don't like to torture their patients. They don't want to inflict the pain, but sometimes pain does come along with the sessions. There are other things that PTs can do. The physical therapist can get certified in cupping and dry needling, which are two different types of therapies that help the muscles. They are to relieve the pain, knots, or inflammation, and sometimes they do all three. Michael Phelps even used the technique of cupping. Those huge whelps that were on his back was from that. PTs and the assistants can just work about anywhere, just like nurses. They can work in schools, hospitals, private practices, and even nursing homes. They can also enroll in the military and work overseas. They are in such high demand because this job is so important, because they do get people back on their feet. Why be a PT? That's a good question. Because there's so many good things that come out of this job, with helping kids back to being able to play with their friends or helping a father be able to pick up his baby. All of these are ways that PTs and physical therapy assistants get to change a whole family's life just by coming into work. They get to see these miracles every day. Miss Jones told us about all the many different patients that she saw throughout her time as a PTA and now being a PT. There was one that stuck out. She said that she dealt with a breast cancer patient that can't lift above her head because the surgery she had that removed a lot of tissue around her shoulders and breast. There's many different ways that you can stand out on applications for jobs or college or even college level programs. Volunteering and doing internships are great ways to stand out. Grades do help, but those are two opportunities to stand out from all the other applications, along with securing this job. Once you get that job, you must know the ways of how to succeed. These are not only just to be a PT or a PTA. The main thing is to love your profession you are in, because you will give it your all if you love it. So, for the second thing, be on time. Give it your all. If you're late, how do you expect to get everything done? So, with that being said, the best way to continue succeeding is by do what the patients need and by furthering your education and learning as much as you can to better yourself for the patients. Also, getting extra certifications could increase your pay and give other ways for treatment. So, how long does it take to be a PT or a PTA? Well, to be a PT, you have to go all the way up to your doctorate level degree, which can take about 8 years. But to be a PT assistant, like said before, you only have to go for 2 years, which is an associate's degree. Both careers you are paid really well. To get into the PT program, you need a high GPA, along with high grades in math and science classes, to be able to get even into the program. At the end of your doctorate degree, you must take a 4-hour board exam, which Miss Jones has told us horror stories about. Many people cried after. There are many job responsibilities that comes with the pay of a PT. They are supposed to manage the pain and enhance the physical activity to the point of normal range or back to as normal as possible. They also diagnose the patients and create a care plan which they give their team. The job responsibilities of a PT assistant is to follow the orders of the plan of care that the PT gives them. They also can work with a team. The biggest plus is that they don't have all the liabilities as the PT does. Their job is normally hands-on. This career is so rewarding, and so many great people like Miss Jones love their job because what they get out of it and what they can do for others. Miss Jones is a very good person because she is so dedicated to her job and loves it so much. So she gives it her all every day she goes into work. This is why the healthcare field is so wonderful. Thank you so much for listening to my Pecha Kucha about physical therapy and physical therapy assistants and the insight from Miss Jones. Always remember you can do anything you put your mind to. So get out there and do the impossible. My name is Allie Burtz, and my presentation was done for my English 1102 college class.